Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. In today's episode we want to take you to a fantastic camping and fishing spot in the Bay of Plenty. In fact, that is one of our favorite fishing and camping spots, and it's right in the middle between Tauranga and Whakatane. It's in a little town called Matata. It's the only dock campsite in this whole area that I know of that is really good for fishing and camping. And it is right next to a famous surfcasting beach, the Matata Beach. The Matata Beach has a fairly steep drop-off, so that makes it ideal for surfcasting and for catching species like snapper, gurnard, kahawai right off the beach, right in front of the campsite. This beach also has become a very popular beach in this area for drone fishing and for kontiki fishing. You might remember one of our previous episodes that we filmed here at this beach about the fish seeker kontiki, so that's in one of those videos up here. This time it's our second visit to this beautiful spot. We're on our way to Whakatane. We just wanted to camp up here for a couple of days and catch ourselves a dinner and to show you this beautiful campsite. We got the Matata beach here, but there are also some other really nice beaches, short driving distance from the Matata Doc campsite. For example, there's the Thornton beach, and if you've seen a previous video where we were meeting up with Tama and his bait cannons, we went to the Thornton beach, not far from Matata, which is also a very famous surfcasting beach in this area. There's the Thornton river mouth, so that's a really good spot for catching kahawai. Now here in Matata there's also a river mouth not far from the campsite. You can walk to that. This is the Tarawera river mouth. If you're after kahawai, it's worthwhile walking out to this river mouth. On this visit we also met up with Dean, who makes Grim Reaper lures here in Matata. We wanted to see his operation and he invited us out to go boat fishing. So we launched Dean's boat at the Tarawera river and actually went out boat fishing out from Matata, which was really productive. We caught lots of snapper on the Grim Reaper lures. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here as well. Really cool video if you want to see this beach from a different perspective out from sea. We just wanted to camp up here for a couple of days and catch ourselves a dinner. And for that we're going to be using our old DJI Phantom 3 drone for fishing. We've been using that many years now and it never seems to break. It's a really cool, interesting little drone. I actually made my own bait release out of a cloth pack. So if you guys want to see how I made that, you can check this video up here. It's a super cheap way to do drone fishing. I also just use my surf casting rod for drone fishing with a Shimano reel that has a spool with a lot of line capacity, at 780 meters of 30-pound braid on this spool, more than enough for drone fishing. I usually fly my drone out to about 300 meters maximum. Sometimes I go to 400 meters, but you don't really need that distance. I find between 200 and 300 meters is usually the best distance for drone fishing. And I also don't use long lines. I don't really like long lines. I just use a normal standard dropper rig with 2 hooks on it and a sand sinker or one of those breakout sinkers for my drone fishing. And that's all you need really. With the braided line that I use, you can feel every bite, even if it's out at 300 meters, no problem. You can feel hookup if it's a big fish for sure. The rod just goes down just as on a normal surf caster and you get to fight the fish properly. So as we went drone fishing this time, as usual, we go out always at the best bite times. That's what we're all about. Fishingreminder.com, guys. It always pays off to fish at the best bite times so you don't waste so much time. Alright, so today I wanted to try something new for my drone fishing rig. I wanted to actually use one of those Kabura-type sinkers that I bought a long time ago instead of my usual breakout sinker. And the idea was that when I cast this out, I slowly reel it back into shore and the Kabura-type sinker will slowly drag over the sandy bottom and maybe I'll get a bite on that, and I still have my 2 droppers on top of that. Just a replacement for the normal breakaway sinker that I use. This is a Shimano Kabura-type sinker and it's pretty heavy. I would say it's 5-ounce weight on that one. It's got 2 little assist hooks here on the back and it's a bit like a ship, as you can see. if I fish that, it's gonna be dragged along the bottom. Oh yeah, and I added another little loop here. This is for my drone release loop, so I can hang it onto my cloth peg. So just a 200-pound trace loop on that. Look at this tangly mess that I got here in my box. That is not how you should keep your trace, guys. It's a lazy man's way. Just chuck everything in one box and then you end up with a tangly mess like this. I just replaced my sand sinker with it, and then yeah, I just have 2 dropper hooks on top of that, like my standard rig with 2 baits on it. Hopefully this will grab some attention. Maybe something will even take that. Let's see how that works out.
Gazing at the blue of the night, stars are filling up the sky. You take my hand in yours, we'll make our own constellations. I could say how much you mean to me, but it won't mean a thing. Words never sound quite right, like it's fine for your kind of. We've searched the whole world.
Jen has caught a fish on my new setup.
Finally, Matata.
It will be interesting to see now which hook it's on. It would be cool if it's on the bottom Kabura, but it must be a really small fish. So yeah, let's see where that gets on. This one is hardcore reeling, should be in pretty soon. It's a gurnut. Oh yeah, it's not a bad gurnut. No, it's not too small. I mean, yeah, it's not like big, but it's a good sized gurnut. Oh, I was hoping actually that we catch a gurnut, but he didn't take the Kabura. He took
The first one, the very top one.
amazingly the top hook.
Careful with this. Yay! We got our first fish, first gurnut in Matata. How good is that? First fish.
Yeah.
It's a nice gurnut.
It's not a huge gurnut, but it's a good size for the oven. I love gurnut, really brilliant eating. I even prefer them over snapper because they don't dry out as much as snapper. We also caught a little snapper on that evening, but it was a little bit too small to keep, so this one could go home. Yeah,
Any rip?
hey?
Any current?
No, actually
really.
not. We've been
very
flying the
calm.
drone out there 300 meters, just sitting straight out. So.
Alright.
Yeah.
I got,
Between here then.
Yeah. We'll be right. Got a little gurnut already, and another one on at the moment.
you have a long line? What is that?
Drone.
Drone. Okay.
Just about 350 meters on the last cast. Yeah, and then
Good
I've
luck.
been reeling in slowly. I think I've been getting them actually closer at about 300, 280 or so. That's where they started biting.
Bait. Anchovies.
Pilchard.
Some salted
Yeah.
pilchards, yeah.
Oh, right.
Should be alright, yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
You too.
We have a fishy on now. We have a fishy. Major bite time, guys. We catch fishy after fish.
I think it's a good size fish. It's for that, you know, on a Surfcasting, you never feel the weight that much.
Especially drone fishing. This is far away.
But it's got quite a bit of weight on here now. As it
Maybe
comes
it's
closer.
kingfish.
Yes, probably marlin.
It's not so big. It's a really small snap. It's a small snapper with a width on it.
It's a little bit small. Maybe it was only heavy because of this here.
Oh,
I'll just release him.
yeah.
He's a little bit too small for my liking.
Yeah, we saw like huge kingfish, but turns out to be small snapper.
Yeah, well guys, unfortunately that didn't work quite as good as I was hoping for. Dragging over the bottom, of course, and I could reel that in slowly, but it picked up a lot of seaweed and also even some sticks in the water instead of a fish. So maybe that is not the best idea to use this Kabura style sinker for drone fishing. I don't know, I might give it another try, but in this case I think I would have done better with just the standard old sand sinker that I usually use. Okay, but it's a test. You always got to try new things, right? So on that day in general the fishing was a little bit slow going. We didn't have the best moon phase and the best wind conditions, but nevertheless we caught our dinner. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode today. We just wanted to take you along and show you this beautiful camping and fishing spot. That's what we're all about. We love camping and fishing around New Zealand and around the world, exploring those new places and sharing them with you guys. So make sure you subscribe and like the video if you want to see more of this content coming up and more tips and tricks for where and how to fish. Alright, we're just about set up to go fishing, and look who's here.